Harris, if I want,
You said
I will say
Nancy
what I want.
It's Kamala. You're doing this on purpose, Congresswoman.
That's disrespectful.
You can't expect people to
If
respect
a
your
man put
service
on
if
a
you don't
skirt
respect
and walked
hers.
that stage 25 years ago, she
You're
would
a
have
white
said
woman
it. She would have
disrespecting a
taken
black
that
woman. That is
achievement away from
problematic.
women.
That's
That's
disgusting.
Let me get in here because I want to play.
Ladies and gentlemen, the CNN panel, as if it couldn't get worse. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. As if it couldn't get worse for Kamala Harris, somebody who runs on zero substance, zero policies, earned zero votes, zero primaries, executed one of the most historic coups against a sitting president. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. We see that in banana republics, but now we have an absolute meltdown from this CNN panel, absolutely going at Representative Nancy Mace, because apparently she said Kamala Harris's name wrong. Kamala, what difference does it make? And they turn this into I'm going to show you the full exchange. It is unreal. And then stick around. I've got an important message. We got a live happening. And if you're watching this later, it probably already happened. We have a very important interview with Ashley Merchant, the woman who started it all, the whole Fannie Willis debacle back in January, months ago before the disqualification hearing. I'm going to talk about that too. But during the CNN panel discussion, Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace mispronounced Vice President Kamala Harris's name. I say her name wrong all the time. I do it on purpose. I have nicknames for her. Cackling hyena on methamphetamines, Kamala Harris. Take that, you race-baiting CNN troglodytes, which led to accusations of racism from some panelists. The incident has sparked a broader discussion and the importance of pronouncing names and the implication. This is what America has become, ladies and gentlemen. Under this Biden-Harris regime, this is what our great country has become. We've got somebody who literally stole a nomination from voters. We've got somebody who literally destroyed San Francisco. She's a DEI hire VP pick for Biden. He literally says that. You can verify all this. I'm not just saying that. It's not a racist thing to say. He said, we champion DEI, and that's why I picked Kamala Harris. He said that. It's on the White House official website. This is what our country has become. When you have zero substance, when you commit infraction after infraction, egregious miscarriage of justice after egregious miscarriage of justice, when you literally have no leg to stand on, you have no qualifications, you have no track record. As I said, as the district attorney of San Francisco, she destroyed San Francisco. As the attorney general, she destroyed California. Largest budget deficit in history, largest exodus of small businesses, residents in the history of the state. The economy used to be the fifth largest economy in the world. It is now not a shadow of that. California taxes are hiked up. Crime is up. It's an absolute disaster because of Kamala, Newsom, Karen Bass, these policies by these woke fake politicians. What happened in America when you used to have actual qualifications? You used to actually have a resume that elicited some type of ethos, some type of credibility. Destroyed California. Then she became the DEI pick as vice president. She had one task. The president of the United States gave her one task, and that one task was to actually be the border czar. We have the worst border crisis in the history of our country. And what do they want to focus on? You're not pronouncing her name right. They can't actually present substance. They can't actually present, hey, this is our strategy. I don't care what you call her. You can call her, a queen of Mars. It doesn't matter what you call her. We're bigger than that. We're not going to let you demean us by mispronouncing her name. This is what we're going to do. We're going to help Americans. We're going to help Americans afford their groceries. We have strategies. No, they don't do that. They have none of that. And it reminds me of somebody else. Oh, I can't wait to show you this video. So here is the, Oh my goodness. So here's the full video. This is going to be a quick stream because we have an important interview coming up, but I'm going to show you the entire exchange. And I want you to tell me, what do you notice here? I'm going to show you the entire exchange of this CNN panel absolutely melting down right before your eyes. I'm going to show this, and then I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me what's going on here. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Let me just share this, and then stick around. I've got a very important announcement to make. So make sure you stick around for that. Okay, hold on 1 second. Here we go. Check this out. Here is the full exchange of Representative Nancy Mace mispronouncing her name, and then this ensues.
That sounds like self-hatred and justification of white supremacy. And let me just say this, because this Congresswoman is a wonderful human being, but when you disrespect Kamala Harris by saying you will call her whatever you want, I know you don't intend it to be that way. That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
Oh, so now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say. I just said you weren't a
BS.
racist.
That is complete.
You don't have to intend racism
No,
to
no.
accomplish
You are
it.
intending that
Your
I'm
disrespect
racist,
of Kamala
and
Harris
that
is part and
offensive.
parcel of a
Why
tradition.
can't you
It's
just-
disrespect.
Why
It's
can't you just,
offensive.
Congresswoman?
And it's-
why can't you
it's
just?
offensive.
Why
That
can't
I'm
is
not calling you a
disgusting.
racist.
No,
I'm
you
saying
are.
what the
You are.
practice is
You
racist.
are. You
Why
absolutely
not?
are.
That's the
That
very
is
way
let
I'm
me
disgusting.
get
Disrespecting.
it.
No, what's disgusting
That
is
is
your
disgusting.
disrespect of her.
Professor.
This gentleman said,
You know what?
I
You know
didn't know
what's
her name.
disgusting
He's
to
trying
women
to do
is
it.
her disrespect of women. She doesn't know what a woman is. And if 25 years ago,
White
I
women don't
became-
have the ability to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is to tell them they're not real women.
25
Oh,
years
Carry
ago.
your
great.
25
So this professor who has literally been on a crusade to make white people feel guilty, make it all about race. Remember this, Nez Nation. Don't ever forget this, my fellow Americans. When you have nothing to stand on, when you have no real concrete evidentiary substance, you resort to these types of bait and switch, these types of entrapments, these types of low-hanging fruit, trying to incite and trying to discombobulate your, adversary, opponent, or whatever you want to do to achieve your means. That is the lowest of the low. Nancy Mace is not a racist. Nancy Mace is a very strong, elected official woman who actually stands for something, actually stood up to Kimberly Cheadle and told her she was full of, I don't know if you remember that video, we did that. And instead of actually talking about real policies, they go on the air and melt down over a name.
5 years ago, I became the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the military college of South Carolina. I
So call her
fought my
name
way
right.
through it.
So
tooth
pronounce
and
her
nail,
name
blood,
right.
sweat,
Let
and
me
tears.
So
actually
pronounce her name
And
right.
Kamala Harris, if I
Kamala,
were a man,
Oh,
You said
God.
it,
I
don't
would
call
say
you Nancy
anything that I
Mace.
want.
It's
Come on.
Kamala.
So what?
You're doing this on
Call me
purpose.
Nancy
Come on,
Munchie.
Just a
disrespectful.
second.
If
You can't expect people to
a
respect your
man put
service
on
if
a
you don't
skirt
respect
and walked
hers.
that stage 25 years ago, she
You're a
would have
white
said
woman
she would have
disrespecting a
taken
black
that
woman. That is
achievement away from
problematic.
women.
Okay, first of all, you're a white woman disrespecting a black woman. This just gets me so livid. Let me know what you think in the comments. This absolutely gets me so livid. But first of all, thank you, Jim, for the gifted membership. That is awesome. Jim Barron in the house. I see our amazing mods here. Oh my God, where do I even start with this? So first of all, you want to call Nancy Mace. You want to call Nancy Mace a white supremacist. You want to call her a racist because she mispronounced her name, because her intention was to demean a black woman. This panel, and then you got some, I don't even know who that other guy is. Miss Congresswoman, why don't you pronounce her? Why don't you do? If you just cannot despise corporate media, woke media enough, it's literally impossible. You cannot despise, you can't hate the mainstream media enough. You just don't have it in you. Here's what I want to say about this, and then I want to throw it off to you and let me know what you guys think, and then I'm going to tell you about what we have coming up, which is huge. You have to stick around for this. Her father's Jamaican. Her mother's Indian American. Associated Press and Axios and all of the woke media were the first people to label Kamala, I don't care what you call her. She's a travesty. That's the only appropriate name for Kamala Harris. She's a national abomination. She has no right, no qualifications to be president. And if she becomes president, it is going to be the biggest calamity this country's ever seen. They were the first ones, her confidants, the DNC machine that controls the Washington Post, controls Axios, controls NBC, CNN. They were the ones who called her the first Indian American vice president. Now, when Trump says, why is she all of a sudden African American? And you've got tons of African Americans saying the same thing. She ain't black. There's tons of videos. I've shown them in my videos. There's tons of videos out there that say, wait a minute. Now all of a sudden she's black? And then she adopts a fake accent. Remember what happened in that rally in Atlanta? And you're going to call Representative Mace a racist? You're going to call her a white supremacist? When you've got somebody faking a black accent, changing. That's why they call her chameleon. She's a chameleon. She's the one that's not being authentic. There's an authentic bone in that body of hers. She's the one. It was the media. It was her adversaries or her allies who deemed her Indian American. Now when she takes over and executes the most blindsided coup to a sitting president, now she's black. Now she's African American. And you've got this pathetic race-baiting professor, Farrakhan, who is all over Representative Mace. Instead of talking about actual substance, instead of talking about actual concrete programs, initiatives, and policies, which she has none. She stole one, which was no tax on tips. You're worried about the pronunciation of her name? We've got people dying, people starving, people who can't pay their bills, people who can't buy a house, people who can't support their kids, people who've had their children taken away at the hands of these illegal migrants pouring into our porous border because of you, Kamala Harris, who have lost there's no way they're ever going to have the same Christmas again, same holiday again, same birthday again. Their lives are in ruins. And you're worried about the pronunciation of that vulture's name? How dare you? How dare you? It is an absolute travesty. Oh, and by the way, which leads to a beautiful segue. You know who else worries about this? Guess who else worries about this? You ready for this? Guess who else talks exactly like this? Well, I'm going to show you right now. Check this out, which leads me to a perfect segue to what we have happening today. I want you guys to watch this. You've seen this video before, haven't you? There she is, our girl, Cash Money G, Fannie Willis. Watch this.
While they over there running their mouth, I'm over here paying them no mind. See, I'm so tired of hearing these idiots call my name as Fannie in a way to attempt to humiliate me. Because like silly schoolboys, the name reminds them of a woman's rear.
That couldn't be further from the truth, Fannie. I just think you're an absolute travesty and have no business being in a court of law. That's all. When you have no substance, when you have nothing to run on, when you have nothing to back you up, you have no evidentiary, concrete ground or merit, you resort to this name calling and worrying about things that have absolutely zero significance. You think I give a rat's ass if you call me Professor Schnoz, Professor Nas, Professor No-Nos, Professor Do-Do-Do-Do. I don't give a rat's ass. I know who I am. Why are you so worried about what other people call you? How about what are you going to do for the American public that you supposedly care about? How about that? So in the pinned comment, I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments. Replay viewers, if you're watching this on the replay, give me a team replay in the comments. Live viewers, you guys are fantastic. It's great to see you. We have a live stream. We're going to be going live in less than 30 minutes. We have, as of this recording, if you're watching this later, it might have already been published. We have Ashley Merchant, the attorney who represents one of Trump's co-defendants, Michael Roman, in the Fani Willis debacle saga trial in Fulton County. She's coming onto the show. We're going live with her. It's in the pinned comment right now. If you look in the pinned comment, go there right now and prepare, because it is going to be a fantastic interview. Now would be a great time to become a member, because members' super chats are going to get top priorities to ask Mrs. Merchant, sorry about that, let me correct myself. Mrs. Merchant, the attorney who started it all, who found out about the nefarious affair between Fani Willis and Nathan American Pie Wade, guess what? She will answer your questions live on air. So members get top priority, obviously, because members, you guys are supporting the channel in multitudinous ways. Super chats, you're going to get top priority. So now would be a great time to become a member. It only costs you a cup of coffee a month to do that. You spend more than that every day in the first 30 seconds of your morning, probably at your local coffee shop. And you're supporting the truth. We're trying to get our country back. So go to the pinned comment right now. Check that out. Replay viewers, if you're watching this way after the fact, it'll come up on the screen right now. You don't want to miss this interview. It's happening at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and the link is in the pinned comment. Go there right now. You don't want to miss it. And don't forget to let me know in the comments, what do you think of these race-baiting, meritless, substanceless, zero quality, zero qualifications, zero, they're just totally out of their depth. What do you think of this CNN panel melting down on, kudos to Representative Mace for going into the lion's den and actually fighting for the people she represents. Remember, Kamala, you represent us. You work for us. Remind Vegetable in Chief Tombstone Biden that as well, please. You work for us. You're a public servant. I know that's hard to believe in your narcissistic head, but you work for us. So what are you going to do for us? Instead of focusing on superficialities like pronouncing your name, who gives a rat's ass about that? Tell us what you're going to do for us so we can make an informed decision in November. You owe us that much at least. So I can't wait to hear your thoughts on that. Let me know in the comments down below. And again, in the pinned comment, we're going live with the great and mighty and powerful Ashley Merchant. I think she's Fulton County's last hope. Don't forget, we're going live very, very soon. And I can't wait to see you there. So as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.